What's up everybody, David here. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have a little bit of fun and listen to some of my old recordings. Reason I'm doing this is because I got a Facebook Memories notification, and it showed me a recording I found from 8 years ago, and it's bad, it sucks, but I thought it'd be awesome to throw it in a video and just kind of go through some of my old recordings, go in chronological order from what would be 2011 to now 2019, and just kind of see where the progression has happened, what progression has happened, and kind of make fun of myself a little bit, and also give you guys some reasons why I think you should do the same. Not make fun of yourself, but why you should go back and listen to some of your older work as well. So let's get started and let's jump into Cubase. So the first one we're going to look at is called This Sucks because, well, it sucks. This one is from 2011, so this is the one that came up in my Facebook Memories. And let's check it out, then I'll give you my thoughts. This one's only about 20 seconds long. Now, first thing I want to address is you can see an EQ here. That's because there is a frequency in this song that actually hurt to listen to that I just absolutely had to EQ out. Yeah, that was annoying. That sucked. So, a little bit about this song. The guitar playing is incredibly sloppy, and it sounds like the guitars were recorded in a bathroom. Yeah, it's not good. Also, that side stick sample, I did not have an actual side stick sample, so I scoured the internet for one, and that is basically a one-shot that you're hearing over and over. So that's why it sounds absolutely terrible, because it's not a multi-velocity sample, it's just a one-shot being played over and over again. Aside from the actual recording itself, the guitar tone being pretty bad in my opinion, the songwriting is pretty lackluster. That riff itself I just think sucks, and I hate listening to it. But anyways, let's move on to about 2012, maybe early 2013. This one was called Magnets. I have no idea why, but that was the name. So let's check it out. So apparently I didn't know anything about putting reverb on drums at that time because all these drums are incredibly dry. This tom fill is super lackluster. Like, dude, just a little bit of reverb on there would have gone a long way. But I actually remember this one. This I had posted on my Instagram actually, because I was so proud of this recording, and I was trying to do something that was natural and kind of more raw. I think this was Addictive Drums 2. And instead of natural and raw, I think I just ended up with crap, because everything about that is super lackluster. The guitar tone is very lackluster. The drums are very boring. The even just riff itself is like the super 2008, 2010 kind of breakdowny, asking, attack, attack type thing. And yeah, it's very boring. I believe all these guitar tones, this and the last one, the first one might have been Pod Farm. This, I think, was a Pod HD 500X. So let's jump to the next one. Everything I Should Have Said is what this is called. This was a demo for a band that I was trying to get off the ground that ended up doing absolutely nothing. Never got off the ground. This is a demo I worked on with the vocalist I was working with, and this one is about 2013.
This one's for you. You know who you are. You tried to leave me down, broken and scarred. You remember this face. If I see you again, I'll put you in your fucking place.
This one isn't the worst thing I've ever heard. It's definitely a step above these two right here. The vocals are pretty boxy in the low end. I think the vocals have too much reverb. There could be a little more definition on the low end of the kick. The guitar tone is better than the first two, but It's okay. I believe it was, once again, the Pod HD 500X. The drums are Steven Slate drums 4, platinum, not like that matters, but that's what they are. I think this part still slaps. That's cool. That was like the shortest bass drop in the world. Fun fact, that's all the other vocalists, but I was the one that just went in and did like that weird breathing thing right here. The heavy breathing is me. So that recording, I feel like that was a time where kind of things started to click. I'm not saying that's a great recording by any means, but things kind of started to make a little more sense to me, and I feel like my progression started to happen pretty fast from that point on. For the next few years, my recordings sounded pretty much just like that because I was working on demos for things, and I kind of just kept the same style of preset guitar tone, and I just kept writing a bunch of music. So they all kind of sounded like that. So I'm going to kind of skip over all that stuff, and we're going to check out Notorious, which is one of the first songs I released on my channel. Here we go. It's funny, I did a lo-fi effect there, but it really doesn't sound that much different than the regular vocals, so it didn't really work out too well. So, my problems with this. This is Steven Slate drums as well. The guitar tone is okay, it's really nothing special. The vocals, the problem here is that I was using an AKG C3000 microphone. It was very, very harsh in the 5K range, and something I've learned especially recently is that when I start to belt, when I start to scream, and really put a lot of power in the vocals, I just kind of get kind of harsh at 5K, and that microphone was not helping at all. Not to mention I was recording all those vocals in an untreated room with nothing on the walls, absolutely nothing, like not even pictures. It was just a room built for reflections and nothing more. So you can hear the room reverberation in the vocal track, which is really bad once you start to compress it quite a bit, which I use gain reduction on this, so it was compressed quite a bit. So you can definitely hear that in the vocals. They sound very harsh. The drums are, this recording isn't like super terrible to me. The vocals are the worst part for me. They're too loud, they're harsh, too much reverb. That's the biggest shortcoming for me. Some pretty boring toms there, but the drums themselves I think are pretty snappy, and I kind of like that. So let's move over to Blind, which is, oh man, this song gives me so much mixed feelings. Well, it's not mixed feelings actually. I don't like it. The recording is bad. I don't know how I ever let this pass through. I don't know why I posted this online because it's not good, but let's just take a listen. Now here's what frustrates me about this song. I like this song a lot. I really still like the song. I love the chorus I did. I love the singing melodies. This was the first song I did a lot of singing on, which is cool, but the mix is so wrong in so many ways. I struggled with this mix for a long time. I could not get the drums right, which now I know should have been a sign that it should have used different drums. The guitar playing is sloppy, especially in these triplet parts. I have reopened up the song, I've listened to the DIs, and they are not very good. They're incredibly sloppy. The snare just sounds like, I don't know, it just sounds like the snare sounds like someone slapping a puddle of water, which is not good. The snare has no crack in it. It's not good at all. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Also, the vocals have the same harshness issue. They're once again too loud. I think there's once again too much reverb. Actually, hold on, did I? See, that's the thing. I don't think I use reverb on this song, but I can hear the room in the vocal track, so it's kind of distracting for me. So I really, really don't like that. I wrestle with re-recording this song all the time because I listen to the mix and I'm just like, oh my god, what was I thinking? But a lot of the time I kind of just like to leave things alone. If it's an old song, doesn't sound the greatest, it's kind of like a snapshot in time of my skills at the point, my songwriting skills at that point in time. So a lot of the time I don't want to redo it, but every time I listen to it, I'm just like, it's so bad though. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll end up redoing it, but who knows? So let's go on to Celestial Wonder. So, Notorious and Blind, I believe, were about 20... Notorious was 2016, Blind was 2017. I believe Celestial Wonder was late 2017. And this song was cool because I tried to do a lot with this song. I tried to use a lot of electronic stuff. I tried to write a very progressive, less predictable type of song, and I wanted the mix to reflect that. The mix is okay, I think. I don't really hear anything I hate like I do when I listen to Blind. The vocals are a bit loud for me. They still have the harshness issue, still using the same microphone at this point. The snare can be a little small at times. There is a vocal tuning issue in the second verse that I kind of cringe every time I hear it. The guitar tone was, I believe, the TSC X50, so the 6505 or 5150 emulation, and that came out pretty cool. But overall, I still kind of dig this song. I listen to it from time to time, and I'm still very proud of this because I put a lot of work into this one. So that one's still very cool. Those drums were Get Good Drums, Matt Halpern, and this was the first song I did a contest for as well, so that's pretty cool. So let's jump ahead to now 2019. So we're skipping a year at this point. This one is Waste Away, which was the first song I did with live drums, which I paid a drummer for this. I hired a session drummer. He did great. This is what that sounds like.
Just let me waste away. Just let me hide the pain. You say I'm antisocial. I just say why I feel comfortable. What if I can get my flow? Just let me waste away. Telling you I don't enjoy this. I fucking hate the silence. But this is
Now, what's cool about this song is at this point I had gotten a new microphone, so the harshness problem basically completely went away at this point. I still deal with a little bit of harshness that I naturally have, but the microphone made a massive improvement. At this point, I had gotten a lot better with loudness. I wasn't able to get my songs very loud before. They would start clipping. I finally worked my way here into getting a competitive loudness, especially with the song Resurrect that came a couple before it. So that's really cool. Loudness is on par with a lot of songs nowadays. I'm not trying to beat anyone to be louder. I just want to be competitive. I want to be similar with them. And that happened with this song. Sometimes I feel like the low end is a bit much in this song, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this recording. So let's skip away down to Radio Silence, which is my newest original song. This came out a few months ago, and this one is not live drums. These are programmed. This is Get Good Drums Invasion. Guitar tone is Will Putney. Waste Away. The guitar tone was Jason Richardson Tone Forge. Bass tone was Bass Forge Hellraiser. So Radio Silence is GGD Invasion, Will Putney Guitar Suite. The bass tone is Neural DSP Parallax. Again, new microphone here. If I had any complaints about this song, I love a lot of this recording, but the couple things would be the snare is a little lackluster for me. I feel like I could have reinforced it just a little bit to make it a little more exciting, but other than that, I still really like this recording, but who knows, maybe a few months down the line I might find something that I'm not really a fan of. So that was kind of everything in chronological order from what is 2011 all the way to 2019. Just some highlights of recordings that I've done or songs I've written and mixed. So just as some little bit of reminder here, let's listen to This Sucks. And let's compare that with Waste Away.
Just let me waste away. Just let me hide the pain.
World of a difference. Absolute world of a difference. And then Magnets. And let's compare that with Radio Silence.
For silence, when all you have nothing. I don't need any of you. You wanna live, go ahead. I will pay for your best.
That is absolutely night and day. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this, because I think it's really good to remind yourself from time to time where you started and where you are at now. In this case, from This Sucks all the way to Radio Silence, it is leaps and bounds ahead of what I was doing before. And like, this is not the oldest recording I can find. There's even an even older one before I knew that like Steven Slate drums even existed. I would find one shots on the internet and then sample them using like Drumagog or some type of sampler. And they weren't even multi-velocity. They were just one shots all the way through. And it was even worse than This Sucks. If I can find that one, I will show you guys because it's hilariously bad. But I don't know where it is. But my point of this is that that's 8 years of a difference, and it is absolutely night and day. So I think it's always good to kind of remind yourself of where you started and where you are at now. I see a lot of people that are kind of frustrated, feeling like they haven't made progress, feeling like they're kind of stagnant in their recordings, and something that can really help is just to do something like this and remind yourself that you are making progress. You've made a ton of progress, so don't get discouraged when you feel like things are going slow, because maybe you have made progression, you just haven't noticed, and this is a good way to remind yourself. That is it for today. Thank you for suffering through those first couple really bad recordings. I hope you enjoyed it, and like I said, try this for yourself. Dig up some of your old songs, your old recordings, and compare it with where you are today, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and it might lift your mood a little bit and maybe get you a little more motivated than you were yesterday. So, of course, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the YouTube stuff. If you want to hear all these songs, they're all on my channel for you to listen to. All the last 3 or 4 at least. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name is David, and I will see you next time.